I, Dr. Milton Hasnat, welcome you to another episode of Truth in Transition. Today, we discuss a matter of global importance, a decision that may seem diplomatic on the surface, but could carry serious ethical and political consequences. Why should UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer not meet Mohammed Yunus, the unelected leader of Bangladesh's interim government? Let's dive in. Why this meeting matters. In international diplomacy, optics matter. When a democratic leader like Sir Keir Starmer, who built his career on human rights, chooses to engage with someone like Mohammed Yunus, the world watches and interprets. This is not just about Bangladesh. This is about values. It's about what Britain chooses to stand for in an increasingly unstable world. Reports are now circulating in both UK and Bangladeshi media that Keir Starmer may meet with Mohammed Yunus during his London visit. This potential meeting has raised alarm bells, and rightly so. Why? Because Yunus is not just a Nobel Peace Prize laureate anymore. He is now the unelected head of an authoritarian interim government accused of widespread human rights abuses. Major human rights organizations, from Human Rights Watch to Amnesty International, from Fortify Rights to the Committee to Protect Journalists, have issued public condemnations. In March 2025, they jointly issued a letter protesting the suppression of free speech, mass arrests, and violence against minorities under Yunus's interim rule. Just this month, Human Rights Watch released another damning report titled, Interim Government's Arbitrary Targeting of Former Ruling Party Supporters Fails Accountability. After Sheikh Hasina's ouster, Bangladesh witnessed a wave of violent attacks on minorities, particularly Hindus. The BBC World Service, in a recent investigation led by Sahar Zand, exposed how Yunus's administration not only denied these atrocities, but targeted human rights defenders trying to expose them. Let's be clear, Mohammed Yunus once stood as a global icon of social entrepreneurship. The world hailed him as the banker to the poor. But times have changed. Today, Mohammed Yunus is no longer a civil society hero, but the face of a military-backed authoritarian regime, installed in August 2024 through a non-democratic process. What started as a promise for transitional peace has turned into a period of repression, censorship, and violence. The interim government has arrested thousands without warrants, silenced journalists, censored online platforms, and persecuted religious minorities. One deeply disturbing example is the arrest of Chinmoy Prabhu, a senior leader of ISKCON, the globally respected Hare Krishna movement. Yunus's government baselessly accused ISKCON of terrorism without offering a shred of credible evidence, marking a shocking attack on religious freedom and civil society. Anti-Indian rhetoric sparks fear among Hindus. Anti-Indian rhetoric has now become state policy. The result? A surge in attacks against Hindus, temples burned, community leaders jailed, and fear gripping one of Bangladesh's oldest communities. And while all this happens, Yunus's spin doctors paint a picture of reform and reconciliation to the outside world. But inside Bangladesh, people are being crushed. Now here's where the irony turns into tragedy. Sir Keir Starmer was once a human rights barrister at Doughty Street Chambers. Today, that very same law firm has filed a case at the International Criminal Court against Mohammed Yunus under Article 15, alleging crimes against humanity, including arbitrary arrests, torture, and persecution of minorities. So, imagine the optics, the Prime Minister of Britain meeting the very man his former colleagues are trying to prosecute for war crimes. This isn't just awkward. It's damning. Perhaps the darkest development under Yunus is his quiet embrace of Islamic extremism. Groups like Jamaat-e-Islami, long banned from mainstream politics, are now back with state blessings. As the New York Times recently reported, extremist groups are imposing Sharia-based restrictions, threatening artists, and harassing women. Instead of cracking down, Yunus is making space for them. Why? Because religious radicalism buys him street power. And in the absence of an electoral mandate, that's all he is left. Let's not forget, Yunus was appointed, not elected. Bangladesh's constitution mandates fresh elections within a reasonable timeframe during transitions. But the current regime has suspended that timeline indefinitely with no roadmap to democracy. An interim government is supposed to be a bridge, not a barrier. And if this feels familiar, it should. Remember Aung San Suu Kyi? She was a Nobel Peace Prize winner too. The West celebrated her until it was revealed that her government had committed ethnic cleansing against the Rohingya. Now, Muhammad Yunus is walking a dangerously similar path, and we're making the same mistake again. Starmer is already on shaky ground with the British Bangladeshi community. His earlier comments on immigration, singling out Bangladesh, led to Labour councillors resigning and community backlash. Now imagine how that community will react if he meets a man accused of mass repression, minority persecution, and Islamist collusion. This isn't just a diplomatic misstep. It's a betrayal. Engaging with Yunus now risks undermining Britain's human rights legacy, offending millions of British Bangladeshis, legitimizing a repressive, military-backed regime. This isn't just about who the UK meets, it's about what we tolerate and what we turn a blind eye to. The Nobel Peace Prize is not a shield against scrutiny, and diplomacy is not a license to ignore the truth. Sir Keir Starmer must remember his roots in justice, in law, in human rights. Sometimes doing the right thing means simply not showing up. Thanks for watching Truth in Transition. Like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the stories the world is afraid to tell. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and stay critical.